the Lap Band Systems for sponsoring our meet and greet last night. Anyone have do the hula last night? Yeah? Did you guys enjoy the kava session? Clap clap? Did anyone clap clap? Yes? We'd like to thank Lighter Me for sponsoring, they're a platinum sponsor here on our board. Yay! I want to thank Cosmic Clinic for sponsoring the lunch today, so stick around for lunch. I want to thank Building Blocks Vitamins for sponsoring our fashion show tonight. Who's going to the fashion show? Who's walking in the fashion show? All right, I love it. I like seeing some guys. Thank you for that. You'll be the lone guard. Let's see. What about our vendors out there? Good vendors? You guys see some good giveaways? Some good bars? You guys see your doctors? Other doctors? Anyone getting plastic surgery? Yes? Hoping to? Really quickly, if you're a group leader, ever led a bariatric group facilitate or help somebody who facilitates a group, can you please stand up? We'd like to acknowledge you guys work tirelessly to come to these conferences to get information to take back to the people who rely on your support. So it's people like that, you guys, that help us on this journey. So if you see those cards on your table with the green sticky note, please say a little thank you to either your support leader, your surgeon, somebody who's inspired you. You're going to leave that person's name on the top of the card and leave it at your table and we'll get it to them, okay? All right, let's get this party started. Also, immediately after our interview with Graham today, he's going to stay for a group shot. So if you want to run up here, get on the stage, and get one big group shot with Graham, you guys can do that, okay? Not one line, one group shot. All right. Are we ready? Yeah. Can you hear the group? I'm sorry, I'm getting cues. I'm not good at moving lips. All right, let's get this going. So Mr. Graham Elliot is a critically acclaimed chef, television personality, and one of the most recognized faces in cooking in America today. I think it's the glasses, Graham. Just saying, right? Like, can you really ever change them now?
I say it's like the reverse Clark Kent if I take them off.
That's right. No one will see him if he takes off the glasses. I like that. Yeah, it's sort of like when no one would recognize me if I took off the Spanx. Like, it's a whole different person. Okay. He is a two Michelin-starred chef and owner of the Graham Elliot Bistro. He's also a judge on Fox's Master Chef and Master Chef Junior, and the culinary director of the Lollapalooza Music Festival. At one point, Graham weighed 400 pounds and knew he needed to get help. Graham made the decision to have weight loss surgery in order to regain his health and for himself and his family. Graham's married to Ellie and has 3 children, Milo, Conrad, and Jedediah. With the support of his family and friends and surgeon Dr. Vivek Prashant, Graham had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy, July 2013, at the University of Chicago Medical Center and has lost 150 pounds. All right, I'm going to call up Graham so we get some more information about it. Come on, I'll give him a round.
How's everyone doing? Awesome.
Are you good there?
Yeah.
So they just told me that can you hear me? I've been talking like this the whole time. Can you guys hear me? Is it carrying okay? All right. So they just told me that I'm going to be interviewing him. So I'm hoping that as a patient I can get all those questions that you guys hope that he'll answer. Yeah? Okay.
Well, first of all, I just want to let everyone know that this is the first time I've done this. Wow. So you're taking my little V card.
Oh,
so be gentle. But I like thinking of it when people come to the restaurant, like, it's my house and I want us all to have a great time, and that should be the same thing here today. So, if you guys want to ask whatever, that's what I'm here for.
And Graham he doesn't know I'm a good time girl, so they've gotten that little bit.
Okay, all right.
so we're about to have a good time.
Bring it.
Okay, so let's start with, who are you? I mean, of course, a lot of us know from what we hear on Google, but who's Graham? Like, where did you start? How did you know you wanted to become a chef?
My dad was in the Navy, so I moved all over the place. I think I went to 17 schools in total, 3 high schools. And, you know, at 17, I decided that, you know, I wanted to get into cooking. I became a busboy and dishwasher, and from there was really, fell in love with the idea of cooking and seeing it as an art, and decided to get my GED as soon as I turned 18 because I realized school was not for me. I actually went to culinary school after and graduated, I think, with like a 1.6. Was them being nice, they'll just let me pass. So I did that and then started working for really great chefs. And from there, you know, I've always been very goal-driven and started achieving all the things that I wanted to. So I was lucky at a young enough age to realize what I wanted to do. Before that, I sang and played guitar in a band. I still play music all the time. It's my other little consuming passion. But from there, just did what I believed in and what I love doing. And, you know, I've always been a believer that if you do that, you know, good things will come if you're deserving of it, I guess. So,
I love that philosophy. Going back to, you said you started when you were a kid playing with food, cooking. Was weight an issue then?
Weight didn't become an issue until, I'd say, middle school. You know, I've always been super active because we moved around a lot. I lived in the Philippines, I lived in Hawaii, I've been to all 50 states, skateboarding, swimming, you know, all those. But then moving to Southern Maryland in my freshman year of school from Hawaii was a bit of a change, a bit of a shock.
Yeah.
And I think eating was, you know, my friend. It was the thing that was
It's all of
always
our friends, we all have, right?
Exactly. It's that evil friend, you know, that is always there for you, but doesn't really give you the honest answers and tells you what you need to hear. Exactly. So, you know, and one thing I just want to let everyone know, I know that we're, you know, kind of in the same boat, but I kind of own up to everything, every decision I've ever made, why I am who I am, and I think it's easy to sit and say, well, my family was obese, it runs in the family, and, you know, I had to move around a lot, so I constantly had new people in my life. I didn't have any friends, anyone like that, but, you know, at the end of the day, I, you know, reached 400 pounds through the decisions that I made.
Right, I think it's telling that we all got to the same place, and maybe we took different roads to get there.
Yeah.
Whether we had trauma, or whether we just like food. It's, for some of us, it just doesn't matter how we got here, it's just that we're here now, what are we going to do about it?
Absolutely.
So that's what I hear coming from you. Okay, so, you opened your first restaurant when?
In 2008.
And that one was the one in Chicago?
Yes.
And what did we say, would you do at 30? By the time you were 30?
I used to tell myself if I didn't own a restaurant at 30, I'd quit cooking and get into something else.
Wow.
So that was a way to, I guess, push me.
We're all glad that you made that goal. Yeah.
Which is a weird, you know, it's a weird thing, and I mentioned this to my surgeon, was that in the kitchen, you put everyone else first. You know, I'm going to work 14 hours a day, I'm going to use only the most incredible ingredients that were hand harvested and picked this morning by someone that has as much love with what they do as I do cooking it. But then you go home at 3 in the morning and eat 3 cheeseburgers, you know, and then don't eat breakfast because you're in the kitchen again. And so you are believing this one idea for other people, but you never apply it to your own life.
As a therapist, I would tell people the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people, it's the doctor that's out back smoking on his break.
Exactly.
You know?
I was a doctor eating cheeseburgers and
Yeah. So, you know, and that's one thing that led me to making the decision for the surgery.
Yeah, you just wanted to have a more honest living.
Absolutely.
More
With
to yourself.
with MasterChef Junior, we have it with kids, and Gordon and Joe, you know, both had weight issues in the past. You know, Joe was lost like 80 pounds. So when we're talking to kids and discussing, it's all about eating better and making healthy choices, and here's some great vegetables. And for me to sit there at 400 pounds and try to tell them this, it was like, you know, I can, you know, talk the talk, but inside I was just like, oh my God, I feel like, you know, this fraud, or I feel like, you know, when these other guys are saying it next to me, they're secretly saying it to me, and, you know, like you get in your own head and you're always feeling judged. So that was a big thing.
So when did you make the decision and why weight loss surgery? Did you try all the other stuff like we did, Jenny Craig, Weight Watchers, did you do all that?
I remember joining Jenny Craig what was it? I think in 10th grade. I think I was like probably 16. So something that I was always doing. I think my parents were aware, but I also had depression issues all through that middle school through high school. And it's something I've been fighting with ever since. But I think so they were very delicate with how to talk to me about things. They didn't want to like come down on me too hard. So they would come up with creative ways like, don't try to eat this, but you can eat all of this that you want. These are healthy things. But for me, the thing was joining a gym, losing weight, gaining, the weight back plus 5 pounds.
The cycle.
Everything comes back to stress and how to manage that. And for me, I would be so freaked out. We all, whether you're in a cubicle or a kitchen or on an assembly line, dealing with stress, and then family, and then parents, and then kids, and everything else. You turn on the news and you see 100 things going on, and it's easy to be able to rationalize in your head, you know what, I've put up with so much right now. Like anybody tells me not to go have a milkshake, I'm gonna have 3. Because get out of my way, and so you would do that and kind of fall off the wagon, and then it's like, oh man, I stopped maybe on the 1st, I'm gonna quit eating again. I'm gonna do that.
I don't know why people think magic happens on Monday.
Yeah.
It's like, don't wait till
So
Monday.
exactly. So it's that thing, and then all of a sudden you're back to
It's Friday, it's
0.
Monday.
Yeah. So
Okay, so when you said the word weight loss surgery, who's the first person you told?
I think I had to talk about it with my mom. She was a very big proponent because my cousin had it. She lost a lot of weight and it changed her life. And for me, it was always a huge fear of going under. That was really, I think, the biggest thing for me more than anything else. But gaining weight, losing weight, gaining, and it's not just the stigma or people looking at you or anything else, but that physical part, that was so hard to live. Like just getting up and then holding your breath when you tie your shoes and then trying to get in the car in a certain way so that, it doesn't hurt your back, and then waking up and being sore. And then I travel a lot, so I'm on the plane and have to like secretly ask for the seatbelt extender. Just all of those things that I think a lot of people don't realize come with it. And it's.
Did you realize that before surgery?
Oh yeah.
That was
it was,
before?
Oh, it was horrible. Like my thing too is where you hold weight in different spots. For me, like everything was in my neck, so I'd lay down and go to sleep. And I'm wearing a CPAP, so I'm on my back, and it's like the way it was. It's just so. It was just so.
It's a different lifestyle.
Oh,
But it's not. You have to cater to it.
Absolutely.
Are you on CPAP still?
No. Yeah. So that was one of the biggest things.
You don't have to take a generator for your CPAP camping anymore?
What's that?
You don't have to take a generator for your CPAP
No,
camping?
and then the embarrassment of like taking it out of the airport and people thinking you have a bomb, and then it has to get run through 3 times, just like,
Okay, so did you get any negative feedback when you told people you're gonna have? Did you announce it, or did you only tell mom and your wife and that was it?
I told my family and that was it.
Okay,
And,
any negative feedback from anybody?
No, and I told Gordon and Joe on the show that that's what I was planning to do, and I think the first few seasons it's like, get a trainer, do it, you can easily do it yourself, come on, you can make it happen. And then coming back each season, bigger and bigger, I think they were like, just do the surgery, like, you gotta do it. Like, next year you're gonna be 450, and like, just for health reasons.
Yeah.
And I think that support, as well as the big turning point was, you have family, you have kids, it's not just about you anymore. I have 3 boys, 2, 4, and 7, as we mentioned, but I went to my 7-year-old's kindergarten class, like, dad at school day. And I went, and one of the kids put like a basketball under his shirt. It was like, look at, I'm Milo's dad, look how fat I am. And I saw my son, and it wasn't just that idea that I had before where I want to be here for him and watch him grow older, and I think he needs a dad, to play baseball with, those things. But like, oh my God, he's gonna have to sit and try to come up with excuses for me and always think, friends are gonna come over and they might look at my dad and think something about it. So that's when I thought, the emotional part that he would have to deal with was another thing. Like, it's very selfish to not do anything, and that'll go back to something that we were chatting about earlier, where something that I think everyone deals with weight loss surgery, where it's, you know, the easy way out.
Oh.
You know, like if people talk about my journey, and I read Twitter all the time, which is very, 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 now it's more supportive, but before it was super painful.
Yeah, that's
You're
social
behind a
media.
keyboard, it's very easy to be unfiltered.
Absolutely,
And,
absolutely.
so I can't begin, I used to screenshot them all and look at them all, and it was like, you know, you fat F, like, you know, you do this and this, and like, you know, why don't you just, you know, you're gonna die on the show because you don't know how to control your, like, just
Wow, I can
horrible
imagine the
stuff.